Heaven blessings to all of you. It's so nice to connect with you through YouTube again and through Facebook and through social media. It's always a pleasure to join you. Today I'm going to be talking about the Myrraphore tradition. I have received so many emails and requests to talk a little bit more and to dive into this tradition. This is a training that I do teach in the Mary Magdalene Priestess and Priest training in our Mary Magdalene Mystery School. And I do use these oils in our Ala Hashela ceremonies, which coincide with the new moon and the full moon in the Aramaic traditions of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about what the Myrraphore tradition is and how I like to work with the oils. Now, the Myrraphore tradition is a tradition of it's a name used to describe the tradition of the priestesses, the women that use sacred essential oils in the tradition of Mary Magdalene, in the line of Mary Magdalene. I use Mary Magdalene because she was a Myrraphore. So these were medicine women, and I'm sure there were men as well, that were in charge of working with the spirit of the oil to help people transcend or transition from this life into another life, to leave their physical bodies, and also to heal disease, spiritual disease, physical disease, emotional disease, and also to activate certain energies. So usually when we work with essential oils, when we go and buy an oil, for example, if you go to an oil shop or a health food shop, you can usually get them, or online. There's so many benefits that these oils have. Just physical benefits, emotional benefits, spiritual benefits. They're wonderful. So all of these benefits that we are familiar with are connected with the water element, and water is very healing, as we know. Now, when we work with the Myrraphore tradition, what we do is not just activate the water element, but also the fire element. So then the oil has water and fire working together, and the fire would be infused by the spirit. Each oil has a spirit. It's plant medicine. There is a spirit to each essential oil. So this spirit is connected to, and of course, the oil to a zodiac sign, to planets, to chakras, to light beings, because sometimes these spirits are connected to light beings. So when we work with the Myrraphore tradition, we learn how to activate the spirit, the fire of the oil, so we can work with the spirit, not just with the womb energy because the womb energy would be that water energy that's very essential, because the womb energy is what will hold the spirit, of course. So we activate the spirit and we work directly with the spirit. So I have an example of some oils here that I have, and I love to use just to get you familiar with it. For example, the rose oil, of course, the way I work with this is that we activate the spirit, and I use different meditations, and I also use a sacred sound, which is an Aramaic mantra, which each oil has to activate the spirit. And I also use activation codes. So, for example, the rose essential oil is connected to Venus, and a lot more. I'm just summarizing a little bit so you get an idea of what the Myrraphores is. And so rose essential oil, when we activate the spirit of this oil, we use the sacred sound Nukhra Daraga, which means portal of divine feminine light. And then I would use the sacred symbols, the meditations. So then we're not only getting the benefit of the rose oil, the physical benefits, but we're also, and the emotional and spiritual, but also the activation of the spirit. And the spirit activates things that we can't find in a book. Okay. So for example, the spirit of the rose oil activates our connection to Venus and anything that is connected with Venus. Actually, the origin of roses is from Venus. And then also we have got neroli, and neroli is just a beautiful oil. And when we activate the spirit of neroli, we activate it with the mantra Ima Mariam, which is the spirit of Mary Magdalene. So neroli contains, when we activate the spirit, contains the spirit of Mary Magdalene and Lemuria as well, all of the Lemurian energies as well. And then we have I have frankincense here. I love frankincense, which activates the Malkudat Shmaya, which is heaven on earth, and all of the possibilities for manifestation. So when we activate the spirit of these oils, we are co-creating and working with the spirit, and you can feel the difference when you just put an oil on. And of course, it's soothing, it's relaxing, but when you work with the spirit, you work with the light body. So the spirit of the oil starts to activate our light body as well and awaken the light body. And the activation codes are very different. They're just images and geometrical images and sacred geometry that will connect us with the spirit, if we want to really, really create a very powerful matrix with the oil. So, the anointing ceremony is part of the five sacraments of the bridal chamber. So the anointing is very important. We know that Mary Magdalene anointed Yeshua. The power of anointing and the purpose of anointing is ceremonial, is ritual, and this is why we work with the spirits. So I just wanted to get in touch with all of you and let you know that this is what the Myrraphore tradition is and the way I work with these oils. And I teach this in the training, in the Priestess and Priest of Mary Magdalene training. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful path to healing, to connecting, to learning how to speak to spirits, to learning how to speak to planets and to zodiac signs and even to the moon. And it just, there's an expansion of our light body, which is so amazingly beautiful, that will help us understand that we're connected to all. So thank you. If you have any questions about the Myrraphore tradition that you would like to know about, just write the questions below and I hope that I can answer these. And some of these oils are out in my third book, Mary Magdalene and the Path of Allah Shelah. Blessings to all of you. Ahava. Thank you.